In this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to identify lines, rays, and angles, and also how to name them. So let's start with a point. A point is an exact location in space, and you could put your finger up anywhere and say this is a point or this is a point, and that's just an exact place. So now let's take this point and let's put it onto this line. Well, this line has endless points, and I've chosen A and B just as a way to identify this as a line. Well, this line goes on forever, and I know that because there's arrows on each end, and that's what makes a line a line. It goes on forever, and I know it by these arrows. Versus, which is different than this line segment. This is line segment EF. Well, what I like to show students is that a line segment does not go on forever. There's no arrows on each end. It's just a piece. So I think of it like licorice. This is what I show students. You think of licorice, and I've never seen a piece of licorice that goes on forever. No, licorice is just a piece. Though I would love licorice that goes on forever, that's just not how they can make it. So I think of the word segment. Another word is piece or a part. So this is a part of a line. It's not the entire line. Now, let's also take a look at this ray. This ray is different than a line and different than a line segment, but it's a combination of both of them, right? Think about that. So this ray has a beginning, and then this side goes on forever. So I like to think of this like a sun ray. Think about that. Doesn't it make sense? When you think of a sun and its sun rays, the sun is the beginning where the ray comes from. Well, this point here, point C on this ray CD, this is where it begins, and this is where it goes on forever. And I'm going to show you how to name that in just a moment too. And now, this is an angle. And this is angle HGL or angle LGH. Well, what is an angle? An angle is when two rays or two lines or two line segments intersect. Intersect means cross over or come together and join together. Well, this particular angle has a vertex. And this point right here, this point G right here, this is where this ray GH, and where ray GL come together. So the vertex is where the 2 points connect, or where the two lines or line segments or rays connect and intersect. And so that is the vertex. And the angle part, if I measure an angle is that space between the two lines or rays. It's this space in here that is the angle. So there are a few ways that I can name line AB when I write them down. One is to literally write the word line and then have my 2 points afterwards in either order that identify line AB. Another fun way is to draw a symbol with my little line with my 2 arrows on each one, and then take those 2 points and draw them below. So here's my A and here's my B, and I just literally write them right below. But I can do that in either way. In other words, I can put the B first or the B second, either way, because remember, this is a line, and a line goes in both directions. Now look over here at our line segment. Here's the name line segment, and then my 2 points, EF or FE. Those are both very appropriate ways to write the name line segment EF. Or I can do the symbol of my line segment and then right below do my EF. And here, let me make sure that this goes all the way across. So EF, or again, I can go FE. Now notice how that little symbol above, that little plain line, has no arrows on it. That's my symbol for line segment or line piece or line part, but it's line segment. And now my ray. This is a little bit different. I can call this ray CD. Here's the word ray, and then my 2 points. C comes first. Ray CD. C comes first. It's where my ray starts. Or my other fun way is to draw the symbol of the ray and then C and D. And as I said before, the C must come where it begins, where that ray begins. And the D is underneath the part that goes on forever. And that's always how I have to name my rays. I cannot switch around my D and put it underneath where the ray begins. Now for my angle, here again, angle, and then HGL with my G in the middle, or angle LGH with my G in the middle because G is my vertex. Another really fun way to write the name of this angle is to draw my symbol for my angle. And it looks kind of like the less than sign, my students think. But that's just a little angle that's kind of fun to draw. And then I take my H and my G and my L and I list them right after. And of course, as mentioned before, what always goes in the middle but my G because it's my vertex. And now, hold on, is there another way I can name this angle? There's one more way. Can you think of what it is? There's my angle symbol, and now I can start with my L. Doesn't matter which way I go, but what has to be in the middle? The G, because it's my vertex. And so there are 4 ways that I can name this angle. There's only 2 ways that I can name this ray. And then there's 4 ways I can name this line with these 2 points. And then there's 4 ways that I can name this segment, this line segment, when I have identified 2 points on the line segment. And that's all for now, learning how to name and identify lines, rays, and angles. Thanks for checking in.